I want you to imagine a scenario for me. You open up your phone, you boot up a certain app that you've seen all over recently, and you ask it a question. The response you get sounds human, whether it be about homework, writing emails, or creative ideas. In seconds, you save yourself a lot of time and effort. How's this even possible in the first place? It's not like you're talking to a real person. So, how are you getting personalized responses for everything you ask? How does AI understand you? The typical AI that's exploded in popularity worldwide would be categorized as an LLM. LLM stands for Large Language Model, which describes the way that AIs are created and trained. You see, even the most advanced AI doesn't know everything instantly. It's got to be trained on massive amounts of data, articles, photos, videos, and all kinds of information are used to teach the LLM what's what. In a way, this means that LLMs don't exactly know anything. Instead, they answer questions based on patterns they identified in the training data, and then they predict the most likely response. That prediction ability is what allows them to help people write essays faster, help people understand difficult concepts, or even communicate more clearly in everyday life. Now, the process of making a machine able to predict the answer to thousands upon thousands of questions isn't as simple as having it read a bunch of Google search results. To make complex human language understandable to more machines, we break these words down into something that's called a token. So now a token is basically the building block of an LLM's language, made up of around 3 or 4 characters. Tokens can be whole short words like cat, dog, or run, but they can also be smaller pieces of a bigger word. For example, unbreakable might be split into un, break, and able. This system allows AI to process language more flexibly, even if there are spelling errors or there's confusing phrasing. These tokens then become the AI's own sort of language, which it uses along with layers of math to help understand relationships between words and predict what's going to come next. That's what allows it to respond instantly to real people, whether it's helping a student finish their homework at midnight or helping someone draft an important email in seconds. Now, you may be thinking, yeah, sure, Brandon, that's all fine and good. That seems like a lot of advanced technology, and I'm glad whoever scientist or programmer made that accomplishment. But how is this going to help my community? How is this going to affect me on a day-to-day level? And that's where these massive advancements come in. That's where they come in handy because this doesn't just stay on your phone; it shows up in your everyday environment. Think about customer service. People are already interacting with AI when they're asking questions online, getting support, or even scheduling appointments. That changes how businesses operate, but it also shifts what people expect when trying to get help. Make it a little faster response, fewer delays, and less human interaction that can slow down that process. Look, the people working around you. A small business owner can use AI to write ads, respond to customers, or organize their work in a fraction of the time it would take normally. That can help them grow, but it also means the kind of jobs available, especially entry level ones, are going to start to shift towards people who might be able to navigate this sort of environment better. Even the way people form opinions is changing. Instead of just scrolling through multiple websites trying to find what they can consider the truth, many are starting to rely on a singular AI response that can condense all of that information. This means the way that information spreads itself, what people believe, is being shaped differently from before. So at the end of the day, AI isn't slowing down anytime soon. As a student who's pursuing a field in computer science, I don't plan to ignore it. I plan to understand it and use it responsibly. But even for someone who has no professional interest in technology, understanding LLM AI is going to matter. Because whether we realize it or not, it's already shaping how we learn, think, and interact with the whole world around us.